When her brother gave her that key, he had said that it was very important, so she had to take good care of it. Angie didn't have a clue what the key was for, but it looked like Beato did. However, just like her brother had done earlier, Beato only spoke in riddles. This irritated Angie. But for the time being, the Golden Witch said that she didn't intend to steal the key, so Angie calmed down a little. Do you know what this key is used for? But of course. However, I cannot tell you. Why not? Because you must decide how to use that key for yourself. The witch said the same thing as my brother. The pair nodded to each other, but it was all Greek to me. It felt like someone had laid out a riddle that everyone knew but me, and everyone was making fun of me. You'll know soon enough. Don't waste time thinking about it. Angie held the key tightly. Even if she didn't understand what it meant, it was her own key and her big brother had told her to take good care of it. With her youthful suspicion, she was scared that the witch might ask her to hand it over, saying that she'd teach her how to use it. Of course, her thoughts showed up clearly on her face. The witch couldn't help but laugh at that honest expression. Fear not. It is impossible for anyone to steal that key from you. No one can steal it. You might say that it has been imbued with magic to make it so. At any rate, fear not. Neither I nor Battler nor anyone else on the island can steal the key from you. Really? Yeah, really. The magic won't let them. The key was hanging around her neck like an ordinary necklace, and she could take it off right now if she wanted, and if an adult tried to use force, it seemed like it would be easy for them to take it away. However, both her brother and the witch said that it was protected by a magic that would stop anyone from stealing it. Does magic really exist? Even the 6-year-old Angie knew about the word magic. However, she also realized that real magic, didn't exist, and that certain kinds of magic tricks were sometimes called magic. However, her brother and the witch were talking about magic itself. Yeah, magic exists. Really? Maria spoke of me often, did she not? She says that witches exist, and she often tells you that magic exists, correct? True, Maria had talked about that many times. When they were just playing, Angie had believed her, more or less. However, Angie was, in some ways, sharp for her age, and when she had heard Maria talking happily about magic, she sometimes thought that such a thing couldn't really exist. Then, show me. Show me magic, or I won't believe you. Hold up a sec. Beato just arrived on the island, and she hasn't even gone to say hi to everyone at the mansion yet. Battler spoke as though he was trying to smooth things over. When she heard that, Angie became sure that magic didn't exist after all. Magic is just a bunch of lies, I know. Hey, stop that. You'll hurt Beato's feelings. No, it's no problem. Anyone would say that upon meeting a witch. Normally, I would ignore a provocation from such a small child, but she is your little sister after all. Why don't we give her a special showing? Are you sure? Of course I am. Watch carefully, Angie. Okay. Though Angie had challenged the witch, now that she was about to show magic, she looked a bit hesitant. She gulped, then stared up at the witch's face. The witch held out her left hand, bringing it close to Angie's face. Then she slowly spread her fingers. Angie, thinking that she was about to be turned into a frog, shrank back. However, after waiting a while and grinding her teeth, she realized that nothing was happening. So the part of her that had been scared began to get angry. Nothing's happening. Don't jump to conclusions. I haven't used magic yet. See, look carefully at my palm. I'm not hiding anything, correct? Oh, so that's what she's doing. Now that she's finally understood, Angie checked both sides of the witch's hands. Yeah, there's nothing there. Watch closely. I'll make a fist, then stretch out my index finger. She stretched out her index finger and held it right in front of Angie's eyes. Angie, thinking that she'd lose the game if she took a step back, stood her ground and concentrated on the fingertip. Watch the tip of my finger closely. Didn't Frieza do this with Goku? Right before the spirit bomb. Ready? It'll be fast. The witch rapidly lifted her index finger high into the air, pointing at the heavens. Just as Angie looked up to see the finger raised up high, it swung down as though trying to dodge her gaze. In that manner, up, down, left, right, left, and left again. Angie, feeling as though she'd lose if she couldn't keep up with the fingertip, swung her face this way and that, looking serious. Ever since she was young, Angie had hated to lose. She would take even the most trivial games seriously, determined not to lose to the adults. The witch's hand moved faster and faster. Angie didn't lose track of it. Then the high pointing finger was swung down all of a sudden, and the index finger curled up again, and the hand was held in a simple fist. Could it be that something was going to come out of that hand? Angie, who had suspected that this might happen, followed the finger very closely. There was no way that once empty hand could have grabbed anything. Ready? I'm going to open my hand. The witch slowly opened her right fist. And there? What? How? How, Oni-chan? The witch gave her a cutely wrapped candy to Angie as a present. Angie took it and desperately searched some kind of trick on it, but it was just an everyday ordinary candy. How? That was a trick, wasn't it, Oni-chan? Oni-chan! Nope, that was magic. You were watching the whole time, weren't you? Since I was watching the whole time, how did it happen? Angie didn't like it, but she was unable to see how that could have been anything other than magic. As the little sister furrowed her brow and bit her lower lip, the brother gently told her again that it was magic. It's about time for me to head to the mansion to pay my respects. You should come along, Battler. I'll suffocate if I have to go alone. You sure? Then I'll join you.